LeighTDickey.com. What's going on, everybody? Leigh Dickey here. Welcome to a brand new episode of the Beats and Speaks podcast. Today, I want to do something a little different. Today, I want to do a product review, and that product is Just for Men beard oil. Now, I will get into why we're doing this product review in just a little bit, but before we get into the main event, into the salt and pepper of the Just for Men beard oil product review here on the Beats and Speaks podcast, I want to tell you where you can find the show, the Beats and Speaks podcast, and find me. Of course, you can find me at my official website, LeighTDickey.com, and all over social media at LeighTDickey. That's LeighTDickey. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, wherever on social media, you can find me at that handle. Now, you can find the Beats and Speaks podcast with new episodes releasing every single Friday at midnight Eastern Time, with some bonus shows sprinkled in throughout the week if I have enough content, which mostly I do. But you can find us on your favorite podcast app, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, my official website, LeighTDickey.com, and wherever podcasts are available. Please do rate and like us 5 stars, because that helps us climb in the rankings, which helps me produce more episodes for you guys and basically gets us out there to more listeners and to a much larger audience, which we all would enjoy. So if you could like and rate us 5 stars, please comment, like, share, and subscribe. Find us on YouTube as well under Leigh Dickey TV. Of course, all those links will be in the description below. If you'd like to be a guest on a future episode of the Beats and Speaks podcast, please email me at LeighTDickey, that's LeighTDickey at gmail.com, and we can set something up and have a good old-fashioned conversation so you can find yourself right here on a future episode of the Beats and Speaks podcast. Wouldn't that be amazing? Because if you got a story, I want to help you tell it. I want to hear it. I want to have a good old-fashioned conversation with just about anybody and everybody. So if you want to be a future guest on an episode of the Beats and Speaks podcast, find me on social media. Mostly, please just email me at LeighTDickey at gmail.com, and we can set something up and go from there. All right, so now that all the salt and pepper and all the housekeeping is out of the way, let's get into the real main event. Why you're here, the Just for Men beard oil review right here on the Beats and Speaks podcast. So, here's a little backstory. For the past few months, I haven't shaved as of recording. Today is November 29th, so I haven't shaved since August 10th. And I just kind of thought, like, why not grow a beard? To be quite honest with you, the reason I started growing a beard was because my mom had been on me for about 10 years to grow it. And when I got working in radio, television, and media, you really couldn't have facial hair. People kept sort of poking at me and riding me for like the facial hair I did have, whether it was a small mustache or a soul patch, because I did wear a soul patch for a good little while, probably about a year or so. And then I had a mustache for a 6 or 8 week span when I was about 20. But when I started working in radio, television, and all things media, you couldn't have facial hair, whether you were in production or you wanted to be on air, because they just kept pestering me and poking at me. So I just said, fine, I'll shave it off, whatever. It'll make you happy and it'll get you off my case. Now, 10 years later, and then I'm still, with me still working freelance in radio, television, and all things media, having facial hair is a lot more accepted these days. And I felt now was a good time to start growing it. So I decided to grow one because A, my mom had wanted to see me with a beard. B, I just felt like it. And C, it was just like I didn't feel like shaving for a little while. I mean, there was a period where I was like, okay, normally I would shave every couple days just to keep it fresh. But when I stopped shaving in, say, the middle of August, I just forgot to shave that one for a few days and was like, I'll just let it keep growing. And here we are 3.5 months later or so, nearly 4 months into this thing, and I got a full-on beard. And I can thank my buddy Tony, who owns Hair by Jingles, which is located at 655 McCowan Road in Scarborough at Lawrence and McCowan. If you want to get your hair done by the absolute best, give Tony and the staff at Hair by Jingles a call at 416 431-4400 to get your hair taken care of by the absolute best today. These guys have been in business since 1982. They know what they're doing. They work absolute magic on my hair and my beard, so I can thank Tony for the trim and my fresh haircut. Thank you, Tony. Much appreciated. But if you want to get a top-notch haircut and you live in the Toronto and GTA area, go hit up my boy Tony at Hair by Jingles and the staff at Hair by Jingles, located at 655 McCowan Road in Scarborough. Call them today at 416-431-4400. But let's get into the real meat and vegetables of this whole episode, the Just for Men beard oil review. So how I came to find the Just for Men beard oil, I realized that I needed beard oil if I was going to have a beard, and I do. Granted, it is a small beard because I haven't grown it for that long, maybe 3.5 months. As of recording, today is November 29th. And I realized that I need something to sort of add moisture or, just keep it soft and pliable and touchable, I guess you could say, right? Because as I grew the beard, I found myself, I kept touching my face. I couldn't help it. It's like a nervous twitch. So the beard oil, I suppose, either helps with that or it just makes the beard softer. I was just going through a Shoppers Drug Mart because this show is produced out of Toronto, Canada. For those of you who are new to the podcast and maybe finding it for the first time, this show is produced out of my hometown of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. So a Shoppers Drug Mart is like a Rite Aid, a Walgreens, or a CVS. It's pretty much a drugstore with everything in it. So they will have fruits and vegetables, or at least the Shoppers does, because they're pretty much a supermarket and a drugstore all rolled into one. So they've got fruits and vegetables, and pretty much they've got snacks and like cookies and chips and things like that. They also have like your shaving products, and you can buy a protein powder from there if you want. It's pretty much your all-in-one, one-stop shop, supermarket, drugstore type of a place. And of course, they have a men's section, so I would go down into the men's shaving zone or the men's zone whenever I'm in there, if I need to. And I figured, okay, so if they have shaving cream and they have balms and stuff like that and products for your hair, as well as like aftershave, they'd probably have beard oil. Now, I found a couple versions or a couple different types of beard oil at Shoppers, and decided that the Just for Men would probably be better for me, simply because it was probably about $2 or $3 cheaper. I think I paid $16.99 Canadian, whereas the other ones were somewhere between $18.99 and $22.99. And I was like, you know what? This is my first time trying a beard oil, so not to say that I'm going to cheap out on it, but if that's the option I have, I'm going to go with the Just for Men, simply because, again, and I liked the bottle of the Just for Men beard oil. It's a glass sort of blue bottle. It's transparent. You can see through it with a label on the front. I don't think it's scented because I've probably put it on 2, 3, 4 times now, and I can't really smell anything, so it's probably an unscented oil, but it does make my beard more soft and more pliable, which is something you'd look for in like a beard oil. If you're going to run your hands through it or have somebody run their hands through it, depending on your day and who you happen to run into, then it does its job, I guess you could say. And I love the beard oil, even though I've used it only a handful of times as of this recording, and I'm really enjoying having the beard oil on my face. You can't even tell that it's there. It's just a couple drops, emulsify it, and run it through your beard. Whereas with me, I have a mustache and then a goatee, and thankfully my barber, shaved up the neck beard and what have you. It's one of these things where having a beard oil is fantastic, and I've never thought that I could have a beard. I never thought that I would ever invest in a beard oil, but with my first foray into beardom and having to buy like beard products, I can't say that I'm disappointed. It's a fantastic product, and it's light. It's not heavy. It doesn't go in. It doesn't feel like a clay. It feels like an oil. Like when I wash my hair, I use a Moroccan argan oil for my hair. So the Just for Men beard oil is kind of like for the beard. Now, I'm not sure I can use the Moroccan oil or the argan oil for my beard because I'm just not sure it's meant for that. So I just bought the beard oil because it said beard oil, and I'm a complete novice. So if somebody more experienced in having, more facial hair and having a beard can tell me whether or not I can use argan oil that I use on, my head hair for my face and my beard, please tell me, because I don't know. It's an unscented oil. It works itself through if you emulsify it, it'll work itself into your beard real nice, and it's very light, and it makes your beard soft and pliable, and if you want to have it straight, you can run your hands. I run my hands on my cheeks to just try and straighten the hair out a bit, and it works, and it just kind of is a guide to have the hair go where you want it, and it works that way. And I'm just thankful that people are liking the fact that I have a beard, and I like the fact that I have a beard now. So I want to thank you guys for tuning into this little episode of the Beats and Speaks podcast, where I tell you about, the Just for Men beard oil. And to be quite honest, it's not sponsored. It's something I wanted to tell you guys. I wanted to give you guys sort of a mini review on the Just for Men beard oil. And to be honest, it's unscented, it's light, it's pliable, and it does its job. It's fantastic. Now, if you want to get scented oils, I've thought about getting scented beard oils, probably not until I finish this unscented bottle of the Just for Men beard oil. Now, granted, I know that Just for Men is known for their sort of hair dye for men that are 40 plus, or men that are starting to have gray hair, not necessarily 40 plus, but their beard oil is great. I can't knock it. It's fantastic. I've got nothing but good things to say about it. So Just for Men, if you want to sponsor an episode of the Beats and Speaks podcast, or if you want to sponsor me, email me at leightdickey@gmail.com, or find me on my website at leightdickey. That's LEIGHTDICKEY, leightdickey.com, and we can set something up. But the Just for Men beard oil, I have nothing but good things to say about it. It's fantastic, and I'm enjoying using it. It's light, it's pliable, it does what it's supposed to do. It makes your beard feel more lively. And I think with every guy, that's what they want, is to just have this lively, youthful, young beard. Maybe it helps that I'm only 30 years old, but it's just something that I'm really enjoying. I'm enjoying having the beard. I enjoy the fact that it looks like a beard now and not just a scruffy mess. So thank you to my boy Tony at Hair by Jingles. Give them a call today at 416-431-4400 to book your appointment, located at Lawrence and McCowan at 655 McCowan Road in Scarborough. This episode is not sponsored. Nobody is paying me to mention these things or drop these product names or these business names. I'm just, helping you, trying to help them out as best I can. So it's fantastic. If you want something that's light, pliable, and does its job and will give you more definition. I find that I have more definition if I put the beard oil in a little bit, and I style the beard a little bit if I, rub my hands down my cheeks to get my beard to be a little more straight. Plus the mustache. If I, make sure that it sort of sits on my upper lip, then it feels like I've done a little more work to it. It feels like it's taken care of. It's washed. It's pliable. It's more... it feels more taken care of, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But that is my review of the Just for Men beard oil that I picked up from Shoppers Drug Mart. Again, a Shoppers Drug Mart is basically like a Rite Aid, a Walgreens, or a CVS, or your standard sort of drugstore where you'll get all your styling products or whatever, what have you. They all, with the Shoppers, they also have groceries and things like that. So almost like a Walmart as well. Like you could find anything in there, and you can pretty much find anything in the Shoppers Drug Mart. So thanks, guys, for listening to another episode of the Beats and Speaks podcast and my review of the Just for Men beard oil. Hey, Just for Men, if you want to sponsor an episode of the Beats and Speaks podcast, or just sponsor me in general, hit me up at Leigh-T-Dickey, that's Leightdickey @gmail.com, or find me on my official website, LeightTDickey.com, and we can set something up. Now, if you guys want to be a guest on a future episode of the Beats and Speaks podcast, please email me at Leigh-T-Dickey, that's Leightdickey @gmail.com, and we can set something up so you and I can have a good old-fashioned conversation right here on the Beats and Speaks podcast. Remember, new episodes of the Beats and Speaks podcast go live every single Friday at midnight Eastern time on my official website, LeightTDickey.com, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, wherever your podcasts are available. Please like and rate us 5 stars because that helps us climb in the rankings. Leave us reviews. You can leave reviews on my official website, LeightTDickey.com, under the Beats and Speaks podcast landing page, which will be in the description. You can leave reviews on my official Facebook page, which is facebook.com/LeightTDickey, and I will feature them right there on my official website, LeightTDickey.com, as well as read them out right here on the Beats and Speaks podcast. Find us on YouTube under Leigh Dickey TV as well. Subscribe there too, please. Thank you very much. And we will see you all next week for a brand new episode of the Beats and Speaks podcast. All right. I'm Leigh Dickey, and this has been another episode of the Beats and Speaks podcast. We'll see you guys all next week. Have a good one. We'll talk to you soon. Peace. LeightTDickey.com